we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedated, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask her about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tennis. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. Seen some thousands, now I'm at the some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Oh man, double tap that screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut alive out, man. Let's get some people in here, man. I know we on time. Man. We got some announcements and everything today, man. Double tap that screen, shut alive out. Y'all know what time it is. We in intro mode, baby. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first. Eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first. Eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Oh man, double tap that screen, shut alive out. Was that some spit in my mouth? That's crazy. Double tap that screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut alive out, man. We got to get the likes up in here. We might just be shadow banned, but I don't know, man. We gonna figure this shit out. Double tap that screen, shut alive. Where's the tag? Where's the tag? Hold on. I got to find it. There you go. Hold on, chat.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube. Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? They saying Trump officially restarts war. We got a 26-year-old taken out by ICE. We got Lindsey Graham and we got a Nolan Wells update, man. Double tap that screen, shut alive out, chat. We got an action-packed episode. We got President Trump officially notified Congress that the U.S. is at war with Iran per Politico. The details include, if it'll load, The move gives Trump's another 60 days to use military in the region without congressional approval. Trump said strikes began on July 7th represent military action consistent with my responsibility to protect American and U.S. interests, both at home and abroad. Trump also just said that he will hit Iran hard tonight amid the mounting tensions. The war in Iran appears to be back again, chat. Double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. What else do we got? We got the Nolan Wells parents. They're doing another interview with Ben Crump. Also, we have nearly 20 federal agents from various agencies, including the FBI, have been spotted at Lindsey Graham's house today in D.C. This is according to NBC. Agents said there's a lot of abundance of caution and there's no new evidence that has arisen since his death on Saturday night. President Trump is allegedly set to announce that Democratic Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock of Georgia were illegitimately elected due to massive fraud. Also, we got Trump taking questions about the new war in Iran. Candace Owens came back. We have a deadly ICE-involved shooting in Maine. They're saying, I believe he was a 26-year-old guy here with a work visa. They said he was not the target, but somehow he ended up losing his life. They did say he had a final removal order, though. We'll get into that as well. And Ro Khanna went over there on Pierce Morgan along with Mehdi Hassan. Double tap that screen, shut a live out, chat. We're about to get into it, man. We gonna kick it tonight for a while. It's looking like we shadow banned, but fuck it. Let's get into the episode, man.
Yes, my name is Alex, and I want to start by saying it's so long, but I'm going to try to make it short. So I work 4 jobs, 1 full-time and 3 part-time. My husband works 1 full-time job. We've been married for 10 years as of April 9th. We have 2 sons, 5 and 8.
So does she work 1 full-time job and 3 part-time jobs, or is it 1 full-time job, 3 side hustles? And her husband has 1 full-time job, and she's counting her side hustles as part-time jobs, and probably his side hustles is just a damn side hustle.
The kids are primarily my responsibility, and he does bare minimum to help with them. He doesn't plan dates or even buy me gifts for my birthday or Mother's Day. He says that he's too tired or he doesn't know what I like or I'm too picky. He's late everywhere. He's late everywhere when we go places. Even with me getting my...
You say Yemen just blew up the Saudis airport, Gito? I haven't seen that. We'll check into that here in a minute.
...self ready and the kids. He's still not ready to go. I look up apartments all the time. I'm tired.
Look for apartments because you think you at the brink of like wanting to separate.
Yes.
Do you feel like that even though you're married, it feels like you're a single mom?
Yes. Yes.
Now, when he is at home, what is he doing to pass his time?
Sleep or playing the game with the kids.
Oh, you got one of them.
There go the game, chat. I'm not gonna lie. The game had been a problem in one of my past relationships too. I locked in, and I was playing the hell out of that game. But the problem wasn't me playing the game. The problem was me not capitalizing. Like, I had some Twitch famous friends. I just didn't like playing the game because I was boring. Like, when I'm on live with y'all, I can interact. I just did some story time videos too, chat. I got them coming on the other channel. We got the story times back. But yeah, I was just boring as hell playing the game. So I wasn't monetizing it. I wasn't capitalizing off of it. I was just fucking playing the game. I was still taking care of all the bills. I think at that time she was paying the Wi-Fi bill and the water bill. Everything else and rent was mine. Yeah, I think she was paying the Wi-Fi bill and the water bill, and I was paying everything else. But yeah, she was like, I spent all my free time on the game. She's always looking at my damn back because my face is in the TV playing the game. It was shit like that was going on. So I've dealt with that before, chat. I had to get over it. I had to get through it.
Got one of those.
Or he does a little housework around.
A little housework, okay.
Yeah,
now,
what does he do for work?
He's an industrial maintenance tech.
Okay. Now, Now, before we get here, now when you say you're working these extra jobs because I imagine the household is 50-50 on the bills, correct?
No. So my husband does pay primarily all of the bills. So my money goes towards like a little bit of the utilities and the kids.
Okay. So, but okay.
So not 50-50. So like 80-20.
So right, okay. So last question before we get into it. Do you feel as if he feels because he pays the bulk of the bills that the extra work you put in around the house balances the shit out? Is that how he feels?
Yes, because he feels like another woman would love to have a man to pay all the bills. So that equates to me doing all the work with the kids and everything else.
Why are you working 3 extra jobs outside your main job? What is this?
Oh, no, we got time. So recently, my husband's baby mother decided to put him on child support.
Things are making sense.
And so, even though my son is 17, she decided to wait till he was 17. So now I'm having to work more to kind of balance the household out.
All right. So what's our, do anybody got some initial opinion?
So she has a son that's 17. He has another child that he's on child support for. Do they have a kid together is what I'm wondering. So maybe she has a 17-year-old, he has another kid, and then they may have one together.
Opinions here. Initial opinions.
Truth is, I'm tired.
Options are few, period.
You just described a horror movie. I'm scared for you. Are you okay?
Mentally, no.
What does your community look like?
Bare minimum.
All right, so her community's bare minimum. Gito says, with my ex, I stopped playing the game. I got back in shape and got my money up like she demanding and she resented me because it put pressure to her and proved too. That girl was ball and chain hindsight. Yeah, that can happen, Gito. In my position, how I got addicted into the game and shit was I had just got out of jail and I wasn't trying to go back to hustling. So I was trying to stay in the house. I had some income. I had a job, so I was going to work, coming home, and in my free time, I was playing the game. That's what the hell I was doing, because before I would just be in the streets. And it was kind of crazy because it was like, I had less fucking problems when I was in the streets. Like, I didn't hear that shit. When I was going all day, fucking trapping, hustling, hitting licks on the corner, in front of the store, roll running, reeing up, dropping off packs and shit, I didn't hear a motherfucking thing. But once I got a job, and started getting on the game, oh, I heard all that shit.
I have a very small family and not a couple of friends, but bare minimum.
Do you think that things would be better for you to operate as a single woman than stay in
Hit
this
the like
partnership?
button, chat.
I think about it all the time. Yes.
I mean, she's not single now because she don't got bills. 4 jobs. 4 jobs. So you're working the 4 jobs to pay his child support?
No, he pays his own, but that's just that he'll pick up where he's no longer able to, because remember, he pays.
What the hell are you talking about? He's paying his child support, paying 80% of the bills in the crib. What the fuck are you talking about? What is she talking about?
It's all the bills, so.
You know, before we get started, there are so many men that wants a woman to work and. He wants you to work and be a mom. Work and be his therapist. Work and be his maid. Work and be his porn star. Work and be his emotional support animal. And what happens is, if you want a woman to work and be all those things to you, you gotta work and too. How the fuck you working and taking your ass home and sleeping? Working and taking your ass and playing a motherfucking video game? How the fuck you sit your ass on the couch after working the same amount of hours and watch her come home and work and? There are so many women It's a study that says even when you have a partnership where both the man and the woman are working equally, a woman will work about 80 more hours, 100 more hours a month on things around the house. And then a man would be like, well, I cut the grass. Nigga, every 1 week. You do it every week. You fix something when it breaks. But every day she's packing lunches. Every day she's making sure the home.
Ain't nobody packing no fucking lunches. Cut it out, bro. That woman right there ain't packing a motherfucking lunch. Cut it out. She's not packing lunches. Cut it out.
Done. Every day she making sure we are fed here. Every day she is doing laundry. Listen, as a single man, I gotta do laundry every motherfucking day. And laundry is everyday thing. And so what I encourage the men.
What's crazy is, chat, I can count on one hand how many women I done let touch my laundry, bro. I'm just not with it, bro. I don't like people all in my laundry and shit. People get the, you know, I just not with it, bro.
To do. And I said this on the first show, and I'm gonna say it again. A lot of times, I get it.
What's
we
up,
paying
Tony?
The bulk of the bills, but you ain't paid enough to retire your woman. So get your ass up at the house. If you can't.
Nah, he not lying though. I don't know how physically demanding this man's job is. I don't know what industries he's in or how physically demanding it is. But dude he is pandering. He's playing into it, but he's right. It's like shit, bro. Like work and come home and do something, nigga. You can't just get on the game and go to sleep. Like do something, build. Like we got AI tools out here. You can build you a business. You can build you an app. You can go cut some more motherfucking grass. You can do anything. You can just be awake, nigga, and not on the game.
Retire your woman. You can't retire yourself from housework. If you can't retire your woman, you can't retire yourself from cooking and cleaning. And so what I'm saying is, if you ain't at the space with your family to where all she got.
I wish I had a granny that did my laundry, Tony, man. Shout out to your granny for handling duties as a OG granny, man. I lost all my grandparents before kindergarten, though, chat. I lost all my grandparents before kindergarten or during kindergarten.
Got to do is focus on that stuff at the house. Then you need to bring your ass home and do some shit at the house as well. And I think when we do that, we now have that partnership. To you, it no longer feels like a partnership. It feels heavy, don't it?
Yes.
You feel weighed down, don't you?
Yes.
And what I'm saying is, don't lose the woman of your dreams sleeping and playing the motherfucking game. Anybody else?
Hell yeah, somebody else.
What's up? What happened?
You know, everything you said was so beautiful. I really appreciate it.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck does he have to do with the kid? How old is the other kid if there is one? Because she's saying he's on child support for one kid. Damn, where's my charger? He's on child support for one kid. She has a 17-year-old. So what the hell is he supposed to be? How is there another kid involved? The hell is he supposed to be doing with the 17-year-old?
But what I'm listening to is a parent of 4 with a job that's complaining.
No, they have 2 kids.
2? So you got 2, and then how many
I work
is
4 jobs, 1 full-time, 3 part-time jobs.
4 jobs, 2 kids, plus a stepchild? Mm-hmm. 17.
5 next week and 8.
17, 5, and 8. 3 kids.
So boom, 17, 5, and 8. So we can assume the 17-year-old is hers, the 8-year-old is his, the one that he's on child support for, and the 5-year-old is theirs together. He's paying child support for his one kid. Her kid's 17, so I guess she's saying she needs some help with the 5-year-old. I guess that's what she's saying.
Is 2.5, husband, 4 jobs. You're tired.
Tired as hell.
I understand. My heart goes out to you. But this shit's not going to change tomorrow, and neither is your marital status. And I see a lot of people that always want the health but not the sickness. They want the rich but not the poor. And they want the better but not the worse. Isn't this what you saw? what has changed from the day you met this guy to today, other than your frustration? It's really not fair because I fucking said it. I said it. It's not fair for a man to, you know how hard it is to consistently show up and be who you are every day, only to be told that all of a sudden it's not enough. And then I got the enemy trying to get in the doors like Joe Clark and lean on me because now my baby mom is mad that we building and now she want to put me on child support. So now I got the child support. If you think,
Then why you playing the game and shit? Lance.
well, I mean, what do you want him to do? He can't go to Tulum.
Right. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? You want him to run to the streets? You want him to go to the pool hall? You want him to join the motorcycle club? What the fuck do you want him to do, lady?
He can't go to Turks. He can't go to Thailand. Only thing he got is his 2K. Men need solitude. I don't go with you to Target. I don't go with you to the nail lady with the gel. You want gel? I don't get that. All I got is my video game and maybe the toilet. Don't come for my video. At least the nigga's in the house. He could be at the palace throwing the ones that he got left. He's not. He's home.
Okay.
He's home with the
He
kid.
could be at the bootlegger. He could be at the hole in the wall. His ass could be damn near anywhere. He's in the comfort of his home. Hell, he paying all the bills here. He want to enjoy his good rent. He want to enjoy his good AC. He want to enjoy his good hot water. Man, what the hell are you talking about?
Kids and you're tired. I'm sorry. Get a cappuccino.
I'm gonna just say,
Lance, what's up?
I'm gonna just say, some things are more important than these goddamn video games. Now I can see if that's your time with your kids, you spending time with your kids playing video games. But it's a lot of man shit that is going on in this relationship that I just can't relate to. I work very hard, you know what I'm saying? But I still know that I gotta take care of home. I gotta fuck paying the bills.
I'm just going to be honest, man. Now, there are a lot better options that men could choose, but shit, I would much rather hear about my partner who's a dad at home playing the game, kids running around the house and shit, than being at the fucking bootlegger. Or hanging out in front of the damn corner store. Or at the pool hall every fucking night. This shit is crazy.
Water the grass. You can have a beautiful home, but if that grass is brown, people gonna look at you sideways. You're gonna get problems from the HOA and all that shit. So there's always time that you can give. I don't care how tired you are. You can spend time with your kids. You can make plans for your kids. It's the effort. You know what I'm saying? You could take one night a week.
Yeah, he on the game while she working 4 jobs. How the fuck she taking care of all these kids working 4 jobs? She got to do hair and some other shit. She got some side hustles, and she calling them part-time jobs and shit. She got a few side hustles, man. Babysit, cook, and do hair on the side.
And pour into you. That could be your date night. I don't, like, it's too many excuses. I mean, for you to work 4 jobs, that's wild to me. You
Ain't
know what I'm
nobody
saying?
gonna ask what the
Looking for
jobs is.
apartments as a married woman is wild because you're gonna keep watering that seed and it's gonna get flowers and fruit on it. That's not an option. Tell them. It's not an option. I'm not saying.
I want you to just cool down for a
She's
second.
looking
Here.
at apartments.
Hear me out. We gonna calm down for a second, okay? Okay. I was trying to gather my words because I was hurting for you. Because this is a lot of women's story. Mm-hmm. You were bold enough to get to a mic and talk about it. I know how overwhelming that is to be a person who's over-functioning when you're supposed to be partners under-functioning, and the only reason that this system is working is because you're carrying the load. Mm-hmm. This is a man who is neglecting his household.
How the fuck is she carrying the load and this nigga's paying 80% of the bills, bro? What the fuck are we talking about? And he paying his child support and shit. And your kid that's yours is 17. Man, what that? What the fuck is she talking about?
Hold. God is a God of covenant, but he is a God of order as well. And your husband is out of order. God does not play about neglect.
Bro, I have fucking twins, bro. What the fuck could he not be doing? The fuck could he not be doing? What could he not be doing? The baby 5, he probably don't need no damn diapers or nothing no more. He probably know how to stand and piss. The fuck could he be doing? Some raviolis and shit. Going outside. What the fuck could he not be doing? He at the damn house just like you.
Especially when it comes to the man of the household. He doesn't play about that. There is no reason, I don't care how we try to justify it, why she's working 4 jobs, caring for the children, stewarding the home, still having to be a wife.
Bro, cut it out. At 17, man, that's a self-sufficient older child, man. 17, man, the hell are they talking about, man? Then he has an 8-year-old that's with the baby mama. He's paying all the child support. It's a 5-year-old, 1 5-year-old. Man, at 5 years old, they don't need much, man. Food, a little love and care, just being around the house and shit. Make sure they take a bath, brush their teeth, know how to wipe their ass. What the fuck? What am I missing? Because I raised 2 of them. Same damn time.
And carrying all of the labor. And you get to excuse it and say you tired and play a video game. I shouldn't have to remind you to be a father. I shouldn't have to remind you to be a husband. I shouldn't have to remind you to steward a home that you live in as well. You can ask for guidance, but not a reminder. Because you are the man of the house. This is not a partnership. This is a one-sided system that's failing. This is a system of dysfunction, and God don't play about that. The word of God says, husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for it. Gave himself up for it. Christ gave agape love. He gave a cruciform, sacrificial love with no excuse. Carried the burden, died on the cross for our sins, so that way we didn't owe God a debt. That is the same way that your husband is supposed to steward your marriage as well. You are supposed to lay down your life for me and the children. You're supposed to make a sacrifice. I don't care how many hours you put in. You laid me on my back and had these children with me.
Man,
you take care of.
What if he got rolled, man? He's at the house, going to work every fucking day, paying these bills. What if he got rolled?
The home is well. I don't know if any of y'all men understand the burden that is on a woman to do the invisible labor, the labor that you do not see. The children running around, setting up appointments, making sure their homework is good, making sure that they got money for the field trips and stuff like that, making sure I know what you gon'.
Bro, that y'all are acting like niggas can't do. I did all that shit and was still on the game. What are you talking about, nigga? Laying out school clothes and picking out outfits and shit, getting them creased up for the week, man. We got meals and shit. We know what the fuck we finna eat around here, man. My kids was picky. What is she talking about? They don't even let the kids take cash to school no more. You gotta load that shit on the account for the book fair. What the fuck is she talking about?
Eat tonight, making sure they got the right clothes. How many men can tell me what their children's teacher's name is? When's the last time you've been to a PTA meeting? When's the last time you found out what every meal for 7 days is gonna be? When's the last time you set up a doctor's appointment? When is the last time you did that? And you want me to show up as a wife and submit to you, but you have no.
Now I'm gonna keep it all the way real. My baby mama did handle all that shit. When it came to setting up doctor's appointments and shit, yeah, she was pretty good about that, set up all of that shit. But damn near everything else, bro, like, one thing about me, bro, I'm just not gonna be in this motherfucker and it's just straight up nasty, bro. Like, we gonna wash the dishes around this motherfucker. I don't leave dishes sitting in no sink, no rings around the tub and shit like that. You know, like, shit like that, you know, both parties take care of. trash and shit. Yeah, I'm a man. I take the trash out every fucking day. We gonna cut the grass and shit like that. But they're making it seem like this nigga ain't doing shit. And I just don't believe. I just don't believe.
Leadership. Paul also talks about in 1 Timothy 5:8, Paul also says that anyone who does not provide for his own denies his faith. You are not providing for your own because it's more about financial provision. Where is my spiritual covering as you as my husband and me as your wife and these children that belong to us? Where is our spirit?
How the fuck he supposed to give us a spiritual covering when this bitch laying in bed looking up apartments and shit to move out? He feel that. You know the vibes. Niggas know when they woman got 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door. How the fuck is he supposed to offer us emotional support? This bitch laying up next to him every night looking for new apartments, man. Exit plan and shit while he's still paying 80% of the bills where she could stack 2 checks and just get the fuck on. Her kid's about to be 17, the oldest one. Man, cut it out. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
Spiritual covering.
What
and
up,
you
OG?
wonder why I'm depressed and anxious because you allowed the enemy into this home and create spiritual warfare because of your lack of provision. Take it to God, baby. Let me calm down, my God. Self-control. Because I see so many women who have this story and it pains me because the church says stay with this man.
Then you come on TV and embarrass this man. Yeah, so this is what I don't get. I'm from the country, chat. I'm from a small town. We don't do no shit like that. This the kind of shit you talk to pastor them about. You go take this shit to the elders. Why the fuck is you on TV talking about you in the bed laid next to me looking up to fucking apartments and shit? What are you talking about? Like, you just told the world this shit? Man, come on. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
The church says make it work. But when I bring a direct conversation to you, you try to justify your behavior. When I try to take it to godly, wise counsel, you don't want to be a part of the counseling. So what do I do now, God? She's at the...
Now look, now she's throwing this woman a damn bone. This woman ain't said nothing about sitting down talking to him. This woman ain't said nothing about trying to meet with the pastor at church and shit. She said she was laid next to him looking up apartments because she ready to go. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, man. She ain't tried to reconcile a motherfucking thing. She was probably upset, running around the house, complaining and shit, and came to the show to tell the world.
The point to where she is now considering separation. There is no repentance because there is no change. And God is going to show his hand. I don't know what your prayer life is like. I'll ask God if I can contend for you because I don't know what your prayer life is like.
I pray.
But I know that you are a mother. And my heart aches for you. And I know that you are a wife. And I know how serious that position is. But I want you to ask God to show what it is that you need to do right now. Seriously, I want you to talk to God about that. And the reason why, because if God tells you that it's okay for you to leave, you're going to need direction. And it's important that you have that. If you have not had a direct conversation.
This is what I'm not, Mero, I'm not with this shit, bro. This is like some bullshit, bro. This that irreconcilable different shit that all women try to get out of marriage from. Like the man's not abusive. He's not being in no infidelity and shit. Instead of trying to work through the problems, go see an actual marriage counselor, the fucking pastor. She's getting ready to tell her to just walk away, bro. I don't see anything here that's irreconcilable. The fuck here is irreconcilable?
Have a conversation with structure. If you have not had counsel, seek counsel. After counsel, there needs to be a clear expectation and what boundaries there is. And you need to see a repentant heart and change from that man before you make any other decisions. God bless you, baby.
Thank you.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Thank you for your question.
You said this to play to keep single women in the church. Hey, don't type in all caps, but I appreciate that. Yeah, my mama was like that. Y'all know I was raised in the church. I'm from the Bible Belt. But yeah, every time they sent that offering plate around, bro, they was getting my OG for $100 or better, bro. I'm talking about Pastor going somewhere to speak, revival, vacation, Bible camp, church upgrade. Man, listen, they passed that plate around 7 times. My OG finna put $700 in that thing, man. Crazy. My pops wasn't going for that shit, though. I ain't gonna lie. He used to be a little, give a little pushback to that shit.
What's your name? What's your question?
Kiwanis.
Uh-huh.
And my question is, if you and a man was together for 2 years and was planning a life together, you find out he started talking to someone.
Man, what you mean you're right, man? I done seen my mama in 1 week put like $1,300 in that offering plate outside of tithes, because she put her tithes in the damn envelope and she marks it. She used to put tithes and pastor appreciation in the little damn envelope and mark that shit off. But when they got the asking for that shit, sending that plate around a whole bunch of times, bro, oh, them was Hunduns. Them was Benjis. That wasn't going in no envelope.
Someone else on New Year's, and now since things didn't work out with him and her, he wants y'all to work things out. Would you?
But I wasn't upset because we had a really small church. Like, our church only had like 20 to 30 members. I think at the peak of our church, we might have had 45 members. So, yeah, if the plate wasn't going around, it wasn't going to get done because we did not have a big congregation at all.
Would you give him another chance or keep it moving?
Keep it moving. I know are you considering giving him another chance?
No.
Because we don't do revolving doors around here.
All right, I don't even know what she's talking about. Let's move on to the next lady.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Air is essential to life. And then here's the thing. When a girl say choke me, she don't mean like act like you.
All right, we finna get them up out of here, chat. Double tap the screen, shut her live out. We finna move on in the episode to this ICE shooting. Let's get into this ICE shooting that happened in Maine. They said it was a 26-year-old that lost his life. He was here, I believe, on a work visa. They said he was not the intended target, but he ended up losing his life.
New details just in to CNN about a fatal ICE-involved shooting today in Biddeford, Maine. An immigration rights group says the man was a 26-year-old from Colombia who was authorized to work in the United States. Maine Senator Angus King says he spoke to DHS Secretary Markwayne Nolan about the incident and was told that this person was the target of an immigration enforcement operation and had been ordered removed from the country. King says Secretary Nolan also told him the man was shot after he allegedly tried to weaponize the vehicle he was in. The senator adding that the agents were not wearing.
Oh my God, another Renee Good. Here we go. Renee Good. Then what was that woman in Chicago? They shot her, turned her shit sideways, shot her the hell up. She was trying to go get coffee or something, man. Hey, they not bullshitting, bro.
Body cameras. A witness says an ICE officer repeatedly yelled before opening fire after a car appeared to drive toward him. Another witness says the man was bleeding profusely from the head and told the officers, quote, "I tried to stop."
Biddeford resident Laura Peters told CNN she heard multiple gunshots come from the intersection of two nearby streets around 7:17 this morning. The gunshots are heard in a video captured by her doorbell camera. Let's take a listen.
Oh, is that a car?
She stuck her head out of the fucking window and got to looking around while the police is out there letting off 9s and 40s and shit. She's green, chat. I'm just gonna say it. She's green. She's green.
Multiple gunshots can be heard, but Peter's surveillance video doesn't appear to show, I should say, any law enforcement or vehicles or personnel. Reacting to the shooting, Maine Governor Janet Mills posted the following statement on her official Facebook page. "I have been briefed on the fatal shooting," she said, in Biddeford this morning involving federal law enforcement. "I know that situations like these are alarming and..."
Oh, chat, we got to get the likes up. We have not been hitting the like goals at all, so I need everyone to double tap that screen on your way in. Please support the channel for free. Also, we're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Thank you, Big Niche, for the jewels.
frightening. The Maine State Police are at the scene, supporting and working cooperatively with the Attorney General's office, Maine's Office of Chief Medical Examiner, and federal officials to determine the facts of what occurred this morning.
The fatal shooting comes just days after a federal immigration enforcement officer shot and killed a Mexican immigrant during a traffic stop in Houston, sparking.
So in Houston, they unalived this guy, but the ICE agent said that they don't have body cams. Now, we know DHS passed their budget where $20 million was supposed to be allocated for the body cams. I guess Kristi Noem had a lot going on with her husband, Brian, and just didn't get around to buying them motherfuckers because they're saying that the government shutdowns has caused a delay in the body cams, which I think is bullshit because I forgot what the company name is. It starts with the A, like something with the A. But they got the contracts for the damn body cams. So we know how government contracts work. They could have fulfilled those orders and got paid on the back end. This shit has been going through since February. So from February all the way into July, they haven't got body cams on these ICE agents out there in Houston. I guess Kristi Noem was a little too preoccupied. ICE agent Ronnie comes through and said, did someone say ICE agent? Yes, we did, Ronnie. Do you have your damn body cam on? Or is the funding still being held up? Because $20 million budget for body cams specifically, since February, it's no fucking way this man got unalived in Houston and it's no body cam. It's crazy. It's crazy. 20 million, no fucking body cam.
New calls for transparency and accountability. We're joined now by John Sandweg, former ICE acting director under President Obama. John, thanks for being with us. What questions do you have about how this particular case unfolded based on really the few facts that we know here?
Yeah, Brian, I mean, it's the same as always, right? What caused the officer to think he was in, mortal fear here of imminent bodily harm? But also, Brianna, look, this is now at least the 18th shooting involving ICE since the commencement of the Trump administration, involving someone in a vehicle, right? So what I want to know is, why was the operational plan here to take this guy into custody while he was driving? Could we have done this in a way that posed less risk, not only to the individual himself, but to the ICE officers themselves? Car vehicle stops are incredibly dangerous. They're not something that generally federal agents do. Those are what state and local police do in marked vehicles. It's especially not something that ICE has done, and definitely not something they've done much of over the last 6 years, Brianna, where the majority of the arrests have taken place of people that are already in custody or in custody of state and local police. So I want to know, what was it? What was the plan in terms of when we went to apprehend this individual that made us say, hey, a vehicular stop was necessary, and that we couldn't have let him at least arrive at his destination, take him into custody there, or take him into custody before he...
You said American is corrupt. You tell me somewhere that it's not corrupt. Americans are Americans. If you want to talk about the American government being big, you show me somewhere it's not fucking corrupt. That there's no amount of corruption. Cut it out.
He ever got into that vehicle.
Is it problematic that there appears to be no body camera footage? That's what Senator King is saying at this point. Of course, we haven't seen video.
Yeah, ICE has said they're going to roll out the body cameras, but again, this is the second shooting now with the Houston shooting just last week where no body camera was footage. I would also urge, listen.
Now it's another one, no body camera, right? Houston, Maine, no body camera. $20 million budget. DHS got all of that funding, and $20 million of that was allocated towards body cams. Now we have 2 ICE-related shootings in the last week with no body cam footage.
The best way to protect these agents themselves is to have the body cam.
What are you talking about? The Netherlands, Holland, and Switzerland, man? It's all kind of fucking corruption over there. Mama Money live in the Netherlands, and we know it's some fucking corruption over there. Norway and shit, man. Come on, man. You trying to tell me that them folks over there, it's no corruption? They got fucking legalized prostitution. You think some shit's not going on over there? Fucking prostitution's legal. They got a whole red light district over there. What are you talking about?
The body camera oftentimes, more often than not, the body camera shows and justifies the use of force used by the law enforcement officer wearing it. I would like to see make this a priority, right? We know, listen, it's not a shortage of money. ICE has never in the history of ICE been so well funded as they are right now. I would urge the secretary to, quickly deploy body cameras to all officers so that we're not all in the dark trying to figure out what happened here. And Brianna, let me say one other thing, of course. We're still dealing with this massive credibility gap that really arose in Minneapolis, right? So now the body camera can help eliminate those questions, eliminate all that suspicion that the agency is under whenever there's a use of force incident.
Are you saying socialism's not working in Norway? I'm saying I don't give a fuck about Norway. Just by sheer numbers and chance, it's some form of corruption going on over there. Let's look it up. Let's look up Norway corruption. You said there's no corruption in Norway. Norway corruption. Norway is regarded as one of the least corrupt countries in the world, consistently ranking among the top in global integrity measures. Norway scored an 81 out of 100 in transparency. You know what that means? That means they need 19 more points to get to 100. So yes, there is a level of corruption in Norway. Like I said, it's corruption every fucking where. Crazy.
Incident as to whether or not the officers are telling the truth. I hope that we get those body cameras deployed as quickly as possible.
That's what I was actually going to ask you about, because federal immigration officials, they haven't exactly earned themselves, right, the benefit of the doubt. Because in past federal officer-involved shootings, even when there turns out there is video, it's emerged and it does not match up. There have been key cases, obviously, where it does not match up with the initial accounts that we have heard from federal immigration enforcement. I do wonder, it seems like that is just so imperative when it comes to having those body cameras, if you're surprised that that hasn't been solved for yet more broadly.
Yeah, Brandon, listen, look, first of all, let me back up.
See, this is the thing. You're saying boom goes the dynamite, like you got some got you moment. You said that there is no corruption there. I just showed you that they score 81 out of 100. That means that there's room for improvement. That means that no matter where, even in the most perfect places that you can name, there's still a level of corruption. That's what I stated from the beginning.
I will give the credit to the department so far today. I've not.
Yes, but I said show me a place where there is no corruption. You listed all of these places and there's still corruption there. Now you're moving the goalpost and saying less corruption. Of course there are less corrupt places, but everywhere has corruption because everywhere has human beings, and human beings have the ability to be dishonest and to lack integrity and to lack morals. So yes, my statement still stands. Show me a place where there is no corruption. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Not seen a statement yet, right? As we saw in many of these officer-involved shootings, what was happening was the department was rushing out a statement where basically it looked like they already made up their mind, right? That the shooting was justified, that the deceased weaponized their vehicle or took some other action that threatened the officers. And then lo and behold, video comes out that appears to undermine, right, that narrative. I think, look, give credit to the department. Thus far, I've not heard a statement. I don't think any statement would be appropriate other than we're going to conduct a full and thorough and fair investigation into this. But you're exactly right. It's a kind of combination between those statements and then video evidence emerges later that undercuts that creates that credibility gap. Of course, body cameras would eliminate that. But Brandon, one other thing very quickly. The department needs to step back right now, though, and ask themselves, why does this keep happening? As I said, this is the 18th, at least the 18th shooting involving a vehicle.
Yeah, probably motherfuckers watching that Citizen Vigilante that, feeling like Billy Badass out there, Wyatt Earp, Billy the Kid, trying to smoke something like a damn Chicago drill rapper. I don't know, maybe. I haven't watched that movie either, Chad.
I really, really hope that we're looking, especially when you're involving a non-criminal. Someone, as I understand it, thus far, at least the initial reporting of this individual has no criminal history. What was so urgent?
Hey, Chad, we shadow banned, so I really need everyone to hit the like button for me. Like, that matters right now. Help us get us out the shadow ban. It might not happen tonight, but it could happen tomorrow. I need everyone's support tonight.
It required us to make a traffic stop, putting those officers in a position where they're in danger themselves and obviously the driver. Why did we have to do it this way? And I hope I hope that, as this investigation goes forward, we take a step
What
back
up, Dan?
and do a further review about our operational tactics and minimize the risks of this happening again.
Yeah, you're giving some credit, I think, to DHS under.
Yeah, Chad, everyone hit the like button, man. I know why I'm shadow banned is because I've been promoting that damn book. They don't like when you post external links. So I've been promoting that link, and yeah, it's direct to consumer. My book is direct to consumer. There's no third party, no Amazon, nobody in the damn business. It's direct to consumer, and the platform doesn't like that. I know it doesn't. I knew it didn't when I posted this shit, but hey, here we are now. Hit the like button. Let's get back in the algorithm.
The leadership of Mark Wayne Mullen, and that
Thank
you
you,
see a
Gino.
difference in how they're reacting initially to something like this happening. But as you are questioning
What's up,
the tactics
Hayes?
here and the continued involvement of ICE in these shootings, are you seeing a substantive difference there or no?
Oh, chat. Also, be sure to go follow and subscribe to Plugsation Clips. I'm starting back the story times. A lot of y'all been asking Plug what happened to the story times. The story times are gonna be on Plugsation Clips until I get a new channel for it. I recorded like 4 videos today, story times. They're getting edited right now, and they'll be on the channel. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah, we were, right? There was a real shift back in those tactics, back to those more targeted operations. Historically, Brianna, during my time at DHS and ICE, when we did targeted operations, that typically meant we were going to try to get someone in their residence first thing in the morning. It was, and I have to say, the number of, situations where officers were put in danger or there were shootings were very, very limited. I don't have specific numbers, but far fewer than what we're seeing today. What we have seen, I will say, and give credit to Secretary Mullen, we saw a reduction in those more demonstrative ways of doing enforcement, right? That show of force, those confrontations with protesters. We went back to that more targeted approach where I think, again, it was done in that quieter manner that lowered the temperature for everything. I will say over the last couple of weeks, it feels like we've seen an uptick. Reporting has come out, of course, that the department has again come under pressure to increase the number of, ICE arrests. And I worry that, when you're under that pressure to do ICE arrests, I've often said this, that the quantity, the number of arrests, it really is an enemy of the quality, right? If you're doing that targeted operation focused on the worst of the worst, typically those people are harder to find. It takes more, investigative time to go out there and get them. It takes more officers to take those people into custody, and you result in lower numbers. I do worry that over the last couple of weeks, as we've seen the last 2 shootings, that it is directly related to this pressure the agency is under to ramp up the number of arrests, which is pushing the agency to again engage in tactics that pushes these officers outside of their normal experience and training. And in this case, that means vehicular stops.
All right, chat. Everyone double tap the screen, shut a live out. I just put a new poll up. We're gonna move on in the show. This is a lady who actually witnessed the shooting. This is a lady, an eyewitness to the shooting. Let's hear from her.
I was drinking my coffee, and I heard a gunshot. I thought it was a backfire, and then I kept hearing them, and I thought it was a drive-by shooting. And so I get up and look out the window, and I see a small white car being corralled by 2 men trying to stop it from losing control around the intersection. And all of a sudden, all these plainclothes, vested men started running down the street, abandoning their cars kind of everywhere with regular people behind them. And I didn't see him, the white car that's in front of his vehicle. He just came and slowly just wedged it closed. Like the car wasn't out of control that I saw. That's what I saw until EMS arrived pretty late.
Yeah, Tony, that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, did I just hear some gunshots? Let me not get on the ground and lay down away from the window. Let me stick my head out the fucking door and see what's going on. Like, I'm from the South, Chad, and we watch tornadoes and shit. Like, sometimes tornadoes, we'll stand on the porch and watch them. But when gunshots go off, motherfuckers know what time it is.
and the bus then pulled up to the side street there, and that's when they kind of shut everything down.
Learning what happened, what goes through your mind, especially, living right where it happened, right in front of where it happened?
It shatters the illusion that Maine is safe. This is my home of 34 years. And with Lewiston happening, and you hear about the violence that happens everywhere else, and you're ignorant.
Man, lady, Maine is safe as a motherfucker. Maine is safe, lady. I promise you. This shit happened. The 26-year-old lost his life to the ICE officer. But trust me, Maine is fucking safe, lady. You're okay.
To think that it can't happen here, and it's really upsetting that you don't think about it until it does happen here.
What's up, Lala?
I don't know what he did, but he didn't deserve to be executed in the street. I didn't hear anything until the gunshots, so I don't know anything other than that he's dead.
Did you see him laying in the street after the fact?
No, I didn't. The car pretty much effectively blocked it really well. But it wasn't like a high-speed crash or anything. It just was like a gentle wedge, and then men were walking up with cases and stuff, and that's all I was able to see, fortunately.
Did you notice anything identifiable with
She said he didn't weaponize the vehicle. He was pulling off slow. It wasn't erratic. It wasn't, he just, kind of wedged the view. He was just, getting out the damn way.
the authorities that were involved here, whether it be DHS or ICE? Could you tell?
Dwayne, what the fuck was you doing in Maine? I didn't think there was any FBAs in Maine, Dwayne. What the hell was you doing in Maine?
Who they were with?
I saw the green vests and the yellow writing, but at the time it wasn't really processing exactly who it was until there was a man here recording as well.
You said you was working. You had to be doing something with some lobster or some ocean life and shit. Doesn't Maine have famous for lobster or big ass shrimp or something? You was out there messing with them boats and shit, wasn't you, Dwayne?
Who confirmed it was ICE. It definitely crossed my mind, but when he said that, that's when it became real.
That detail, understanding that this apparently was a deadly ICE shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any reaction to that portion of this?
Bro, somebody get the bot Zigzag up out of here. We're not even watching fucking CNN, bro. Was the last clip CNN, bro? Was the last clip CNN? Oh, yeah, the last clip was CNN. Maybe he's behind.
It's just hard because you know how ignorant people are, and how many people are going to say that this man deserved to die. So I guess that's what I'm struggling with the most, I guess, is, you read ignorantly online everything that is happening, and it's you weren't there. You don't know what happened. So yeah, I guess it's just I'm just sad to know that ignorance is still alive.
Yeah, she ain't lying, though. A lot of people is gonna say he deserved it, for sure. A lot of people have already came in here and said this man deserved it.
How do you feel knowing that ICE is in your community? And for someone who's never been to your community, can you kind of explain to us a little bit, what is Biddeford like?
Biddeford is a diamond in the rough. It is one of the last affordable places to live. Everywhere else is sky high. That's why I'm here. I don't know how long I'll be able to afford to live here. This is a safe space. I walk at all hours, in the morning, at night. I trust, my neighbors. I know the family next door.
Russell says, oh, look, it's the unfuckable. Russell, you a crack, bro. Chill out, bro. Russell, you crack, man, on a good Thursday night, Tuesday night, where they got them 50-cent wings at the bar. She's in there shooting pool, man, gives you that wing. Oh, yeah, Russell, you're going. You're fucking going.
For someone who hasn't been here, it's just a small little Maine town. It's nothing different or scary. I don't know.
Do you have any indication of who this individual is?
All right, man, that's the end of that lady. Man, let's get into Trump. Trump spoke about the war in Iran restarting today. I think he's saying he can bypass congressional approval because the clock restarted at 60 days. He has a first 60-day clock.
You guys could lean up against the TV cameras, please. Using couches.
Why the hell was they in the dark? Why was they in the dark? That's what I want to know. Why was they in the dark?
Just back towards that. You guys could lean up against the TV cameras, please. Using couches.
Almost 3 million. Hi, President. Hello, everybody. We have the governor of Utah, and we have a lot of other very high representatives from Utah, at least mostly from Utah. And we're doing something very dramatic and very important for the people of Utah and the people of our country.
Betty talking about I'm watching old videos. Betty, this shit came out 5 hours ago. Motherfuckers ain't even got off work, man. Mind your business, Betty. That was your fucking problem in school, Betty. You was a nosy motherfucker, man.
Because many people use it. We're terminating certain monuments. They call it monuments, not the ones we have outside, but these are large, thousands of acres. It's a total of almost 3 million acres, and we're going to be discussing it. But in fact, I think we'll start discussing it right now before I sign. After that, we're going to be signing 2 documents that are close to 1.5 million acres each. And Governor,
hey, somebody get this miracle tipping the fuck up out of here, man. He keeps spamming Mundunny saved America. Mundunny ain't done a motherfucking thing yet. He ain't been here but 6-7 months, man. What are you talking about? Now you just in this bitch line, spamming my chat fucking line. Mundunny ain't even been. He's the fucking mayor of New York. How the fuck can he save America? Cut it out, bro.
you want to say a few words about what we're doing and explain it to the press?
Yeah, well, thank you, Mr. President. This is a big day for Utah. The president did something very similar several years ago during his first term. Of course, the monuments were re-expanded under the past administration, and this matters to Utah. We believe that under the Antiquities Act, it's very clear that that these monument designations are supposed to be the smallest area possible to protect the antiquities, and these multi-million acre monuments that are bigger than the.
I told y'all that. He talking about multi-million acre monuments. I told y'all this shit months ago. Now the OGs in the chat, what did I tell y'all months ago? Trump doesn't give a fuck about pushing us into $50 trillion debt because they're saying that we're sitting on $150 trillion worth of natural resources. He will max that shit the fuck out. We've added $3.2 trillion to the debt over the last fucking year. We're knocking on $40 trillion. And I'm saying by the time Trump leaves this bitch, it's probably going to be $50 trillion. And he don't give a damn because he knows that we're sitting on $150 trillion in natural resources. And the shit he's doing right here is about to open that shit up, man. Because we're going to be insolvent. As a country, we're going to be insolvent unless some shit like this happens. The writing's on the wall. I told y'all that shit months ago.
The state of Delaware certainly do not fit that designation. Now we definitely care about protecting these antiquities and will continue to do so. The problem is with these giant monument designations.
Open it for whom? Open it to the drillers. Drill, baby, drill. Whoever wants to come in and scrape out the damn crystal rock and granite and whatever the fuck's in there and drill, baby, to whoever. The contractors. The whoever, man. Shit's wide open. Come get this shit out the ground.
There are no resources that come with those. We have 9 monuments in Utah. 7 of them are around 700 acres to 7,000.
You hear what they saying? Fuck Utah and fuck Utah's natural beauty, Corey World. Fuck all that shit y'all got going on in Utah. All the Mormons and shit out there living all peaceful, man. They about to hear a lot of drilling and a lot of jackhammers and construction and shit because we coming for the minerals, man. Fuck all that beautiful Utah shit, man. That's what Trump's saying.
1,000 acres. That's what this was meant to be, not millions of acres as what happened with Grand Staircase Escalante and Bears Ears. And so we're grateful that the president has made a determination that we need to right-size these monuments. Again, this does not remove the other protections that already exist in those areas, just making the monuments more manageable so that we have the resources necessary to continue to protect these.
Man, if you hadn't had Doge come through here and cut all that fucking funding, you would have the money. You would have the money. You took all the money from the national parks. You took all the money from the department. You took all the money from every fucking where. from everywhere. And now we talking about, well, instead of it being millions of acres, it needs to be thousands of acres so it can fit but the budget was there. The budget was just there.
These antiquities. I know we have the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Interior here with us. Kay, is there anything you'd like to add?
I'll just say the Antiquities Act is 120 years old, but the first monument that was created was only 1,200 acres. So if you think about it, since then, President Clinton, President Obama, and President Biden have increased the acreage in the state of Utah and locked those acres up. Over 3 million acres.
For nobody to use, right? You
Nobody
can't
to
do
use.
anything. You can't go hunting. You can't go fishing. You can't do anything. You can virtually not even walk on it.
That's exactly right, sir. So
Right.
you were remedying that.
I remember now. I do remember. I have a great memory.
Hell, all you had to do was say, hey, look, we finna let y'all motherfuckers hunt and fish. That wasn't the goal. Don't let them frame this shit like that was the goal, like all this outdoor sportsman shit was the goal. No, you could have done that. Hey, we're gonna let motherfuckers go get a hunting and fishing license and use this acreage to do. No, you want to drill. You want to go in there and you want to extract those resources so you can continue to run this national debt to the fucking ceiling. It is what it is. Your ass you probably can't get no loans no more. It's probably over with. Shit is crazy.
And Mr. President, I know Senator
And this
Lee's
is
been-
actually better than the first what we're doing.
It is better. Yeah, Senator Lee's been very involved, I know, in conversing with you.
Good. That's true. Mike? go ahead.
Smallest area compatible with the objects to be protected. That's always been the standard under the Antiquities Act. President Biden, President Clinton, and President Obama overlooked that standard. President Trump is fixing it today.
You had, thanks, Mike. You had something to say. I thought that was very important.
Celeste.
Well, I think it's worth noting for the press in the room that
Hey, y'all remember, y'all seen that video of that man get hit by that bison? The bison knocked him like 10, 15 feet in the air, man. It's finna be a lot of that shit going on, man. Probably finna be a lot of that bison and getting tossing motherfuckers around going on, chat.
both of these monuments were created over the unanimous opposition of Utah's federal delegation, our governors, the county commissioners, the locals who are worried about losing multiple uses on these federal lands. And we're standing here with the governor, the Speaker of the Utah House, the entire Utah federal delegation supporting a president listening to the people of Utah and saying, we know you value this land, you want it used for multiple use and not locked up. And so this is a very different process than how the monuments were created.
Well, they took the land away from the people, quite honestly. It was ridiculous. And I remember Orrin Hatch, before he passed away, was a great guy.
Are you gonna give the land back to the people? Are you gonna give the land back? I don't think so. I think the land is about to go to all of these companies that are invested, that are inside of these hedge funds, all of these people that are extracting these minerals, resources, granite, copper, or whatever the fuck's out there, because it plays into the hedge funds. And what did Trump just say? He's about to make these damn companies support the Trump accounts and shit. I see the play from afar. I don't know how it's exactly gonna fit together, but I see the play from afar.
Guy who's a friend of mine, and he felt so strongly about this, and we signed, and then they terminated it after they got in office, which was crazy. And we're putting it back, but we're actually giving more than we did the first time back to the people of Utah. Please, go ahead.
Couldn't have said it better than Representative.
May I point
Yes,
something out?
please.
I think people don't understand. Utah is over 2/3 owned by the federal government.
It might be because, they was trying to block Kevin O'Leary's data center out there. So, in Utah was supposed to be that 60,000, it was supposed to, I don't know how big it was. Let's see. Kevin O'Leary data center size. All right, here it goes. So Kevin O'Leary is trying to build a data center that's supposed to be 40,000 acres with 9 gigawatt capacity. How many miles is it supposed to be? $62.5 square miles. Stratos Hyperscale Data Center, 40,000 acres in Box Elder County, developed by Kevin O'Leary. 1 square mile equals 640 acres, so the 40,000 acres is 62.5 square miles. but they had to scale it down, I believe, because it wouldn't, I guess they wouldn't pass. So they cut it in half to 40,000 acres. And I'm sure that now all of this land is about to be open the fuck up. I wouldn't be surprised if they just changed the location. It's definitely going to the highest bidder, in my opinion.
These counties where these monuments are at are over 90% federal land. When people make decisions about this 2,000 miles away, you can see how that steps on the local people who only control about 5 or 10% of the land with local government. So not only do you have all these dynamics, you have an economy. You can't pave roads, you can't build schools, you can't pay fire people, police department, because of this dynamic of 95% federal lands. The other part of that is Utahns will tell you they love these lands. They manage them better than people 2,000 miles away. So if this is about good management, it really should be done in Utah by people who have demonstrated over decades. And
listen to the way they framing this shit. So how I hear it is that, hey, look, these people in Utah, they only have about 5% of their land. They haven't been able to tap into this land anyway. So we're about to open it up so we can come in and take all of their fucking resources. We'll buy them out. They haven't been able to get it. They're going to take everything as a fucking come up. And yeah, so we're taking it out of federal control to put it in private corporation control. That's how I hear this shit.
Decades.
Especially after I seen that video, that city council meeting where everybody has signed NDAs with the data center. Everybody except one person on that city council board at that meeting had signed NDAs with the data center. Sold them the fuck out.
Decades and generations that they're good managers of this land.
Great job, well said. Anybody? No? You're leaving? I can't believe it.
Yeah, we're excited.
I can't believe it. You're excited? Where are you going from here?
Well, can I say this first of all? We sat down with the previous administration and said that we'll just work this out. So we don't have to keep going back and forth. Just work with us.
Right.
And we promised if you didn't, that once we have the power, we're going to make sure the people's voices are heard. So thank you for helping us keep our promise.
My honor.
Unfortunately, the last administration did not understand that this would happen one day. So thank you so much.
Great honor. Let's sign. This is very nice. I'm very happy about this. And better than the first time. Okay, here's number one.
What's up, Ivan? What's up, Shirley?
Okay, number two. Here you go.
What's up, John?
Almost 3 million acres. Going to be well taken care of now. Go ahead, you want to discuss that, please?
The land ownership.
I hate the sound of marker, chat. Like when I hear like a Sharpie, like the Sharpie is like chalk. Like how a lot of people don't like hearing chalk and shit. Sharpie treat does me the same way. I don't like hearing people write in chalk or Sharpie. It just pisses me off. It just irks me.
Is what it is. But under the Antiquities Act, 120 years ago, Congress made the decision to give presidents the power to designate.
What's up, Teflon?
Proclamation. Certain land as monument.
No, I'm not talking about nails on a chalkboard. I don't even like the way chalk sounds on a chalkboard. I don't like the way chalk sounds on a chalkboard, and I don't like the way Sharpie sounds on anything other than like a football or something.
It was supposed to be the smallest area compatible with the objects to be protected in connection with that. Now, initially, as the Deputy Secretary of the Interior explained a minute ago, that meant a few hundred, maybe 1,000 or 2 acres at the most. These are 3 million acres. As I explained to President Biden, that's 2 Delawares. It's been abused, and so it was done by executive action. President Trump is right-sizing it to bring it in compliance with what the law says.
And Mr. President, just on Iran, you have said now to Congress that
Yeah, I don't like the sound of styrofoam either. Like if it's rubbing together, styrofoam rubbing together, just I don't like that either.
War. How long do you expect this to take? And what's the legal
Take
basis?
what? Take
Yeah, I like the count money noise. It's a few noises that I like, you know what I'm saying? A good stretch, you know how when you stretch really good and you just let out that, I like that noise, you know, I like that shit.
What? The war. Well, I think it's going very fast. We've demolished their military. We're hitting them very hard. We had a deal yesterday or the day before yesterday, it was all done. And then they broke up that deal immediately because they found out there was something in the deal they didn't like. And they're wired differently, and we're not going to put up with it. We are just going forward. We're attacking them tonight. We're taking out all of their capability for anything having to do with the Strait, with the Hormuz Strait. And I think in the end, we will end up just controlling the whole thing. And what they're doing is being very foolish, very stupid, and they've treated people horribly. They've killed
What's up, John?
52,000 protesters so far that we can determine. It might be.
Now it's 52,000. It was 25,000, then it jumped to 30. Now it's 52,000, man. Where are these 52,000 dead people? Like, who's counting? Who the fuck is counting?
More than that, but 52,000 protesters have been killed, and it's really a terrible situation. But we'll have it under control very quickly. Yeah. Please. Wait, please.
And then it's even crazier now that we got the information that the Mossad was in there infiltrating, trying to cause the uprising and the protest, and now we got Trump saying 52,000 people died. It's kind of ironic.
Wait, Jeff. I'm sorry. Be nice, Jeff. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Have to teach him to be nice.
Thank you, Mr. President. On your presidency, so a lot of us here actually witnessed a miracle 2 years ago today as we were on the ground covering your rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Right.
You said a lot of times that you believe that God has saved your life. Has there been a moment throughout your presidency so far where you thought, this is why...
Thanks, Tonda.
Well, we're doing a lot. You know, we have a country that I use the expression "Make America Great Again," and we've done far more than anyone thought possible, including maybe even me. We've done things.
So, chat, I just dropped the video on the 3 laws of political slogans. I advise y'all to check it out. You know, it's a good listen, but it's a chapter in my book. So when he speaks about "Make America Great Again," you got to go back to that first speech. They kind of asked him. He act like he came up with it off his head, but it was very strategic. Then you go to that other speech where he was like, we're going to make America strong again. We're going to make America wealthy again. We're going to make America proud again. We're going to make America safe again. And yes, we're going to make America great again. That is a political strategy, a political slogan. You got things like make America great again, America first, in the Fed, hope and change. Like, I break down those type of the type of political slogans in that video. Y'all should go check it out.
Things that are unreal at $19.2 trillion. The money being invested in our country is more than any country has ever had by many times. We have trillions of dollars coming in because of the tariffs and the proper use of tariffs, because all of the things. I think because of the election. November 5th was a very important day. When you look at the military, we have the strongest military in the world. We rebuilt it largely during my first term. And we have recruitment now. We're setting records in recruitment. We had... if you go back to the campaign when I...
So, yeah, what's up, XX? But, yeah, like I was telling y'all, when I'm breaking down these political slogans like the Make America Great Again, America First, In the Fed, Hope and Change, what do all of them do? Except In the Fed is the only one that it doesn't. It names a villain and it names a wrong without directly implying it. It lets the person fill in who the villain is or who the wrong is. When you hear Make America Great Again, you know that something was taken from you and you know that it you need to get it back. Make America Great Again. It doesn't say who took what, but you know you lost something and you know that you're trying to get it back. When you talk about America First, you know that in some capacity people aren't putting America first. You talk about hope and change. What is hope and change? It applies that hope was lost, but it can be regained. And it applies that change is needed. Change from what? You let the listener decide. In the Fed is the only one that you don't have any interpretation of it. You don't have any, it's straight to the point. In the Fed. They all have one exhale, whether it's Make America Great Again in 4 syllables, America First in 2 syllables, End the Fed in 3 syllables. You can say it all on one exhale. And y'all got to check out the video to get the third law. Check out the video, man.
We used to talk about it. The last administration, they couldn't recruit soldiers. We needed soldiers in every single branch of our military, and that included police and firemen. Nobody wanted to do anything having to do with the uniform in this country because they weren't proud of the country. And now the people are very, very proud to be an American. Our
Thank you,
country's
Big
doing
Niche.
phenomenally well. We're respected all over the world. If I go, no matter where I go, we just got back from NATO, and I think you saw the response.
You said, Plug, maybe start a cooking channel. I come cook for your bitch. It looked like I see her in that picture. And you said the MAGA grift got to be exhausting. I'm not MAGA, and I've never said I was MAGA. If anything, I've been going the fuck hard against MAGA and against all of that other shit. We're the politically homeless, and I'm the voice of this shit. So what are you talking about? This shit is crazy. And call me by name, Plug.
It was like a very beautiful thing, actually. It was a total response, totally positive response. No matter where we go, we're respected again, maybe respected more than ever before. So I appreciate the question, but that's pretty much it.
Mr. President, thank you. Cameron Arkin with Town Hall. I was curious about there are reports about Iranian drones in Cuba. There are concerns about that. Where does the relationship with the U.S. stand there? Is military intervention still on the table there?
Well, if they do have that, and they might very well have that, we'll take care of it. Mark.
But that's the thing, though, chat. Y'all see how people come in here and judge me? Like all the OGs and people who really rock out with me, they wouldn't call me MAGA. Nobody calls me fucking MAGA. Nobody calls me MAGA. Just like nobody calls me far left. I tell y'all what I am. A biblically literal, prophetic independent. I believe in the Bible. I believe the prophecies being fulfilled or force fulfilled, and I'm an independent. I tell y'all this shit. Y'all see this shit. I just sat here and went through this whole thing about how Trump's finna run up the debt to 40, 50 trillion. He doesn't give a fuck because he's about to rape and pillage the damn, on GTA, the damn federal lands for resources. They already said we're sitting on 150 trillion worth of natural resources. Do you think they give a fuck about a $50 trillion national debt? No. And then you want to come in here and call me, say I'm on the damn Trump train. It's crazy I had to stop my show to address this shit. It's crazy. I want Trump to win. Yes, I want Trump to win because if Trump wins, fucking America wins. We're in a better position. The longer this shit goes on that we're seeing right now, the further and further away we get from where the fuck we need to be. It is what it is.
It's just in the other room. And if they do have that, we'll take care of it in short order. We're not going to have a problem. We're not going to allow that to happen. So it could be that they're storing some. We're looking into it now. It could be so, and it maybe isn't. But we'll figure it out fast.
And what are you expected to speak about on Thursday, you think?
I'm going to speak on Thursday. We were thinking one of the nights, but this has been such a busy news day today with all that's happening. A lot of very positive things have happened, including the Indy. We're going to have an Indy race, as you know, in 41 days. And that's going to be incredible. Around the Capitol, around down Pennsylvania Avenue, it's going to be something to have 250,000.
All right, for the last time, this is the last time I'm going to address you, Purdy. I have multiple channels. If you want to see Plug cook, you're probably going to have to follow me on Bigo. I'll do a little barbecuing and shit when I'm on Bigo. If you want to see some story times, go follow Plug Station Clips. I just recorded like 4 story times. They're about to get uploaded. If you want to hear some politics or some other shit, follow this channel. If you just want to see random crazy reactions, go follow the Debate Nation channel or Discord Wars. We're like 4 or 5 channels deep in this bitch. I just don't promote them over here like that. That you got options, man. You got options.
Tickets order. It'll be like UFC, which set every record in the book for that business, which is the business of fighting. So we have the Indy cars coming, and it's going to be great. And I just, while we're talking, I have to pay on behalf of Mike and myself, and I think everybody's sending me.
Time is moving fast, Shirley.
Respects to Lindsey. who was our friend. He was a friend of all of us. He was a great guy. He was a great politician, actually. And it's hard to believe he's gone. Spoke to me just before he passed away, just to say hello. He got back. He felt fine. He was a little tired. And then this whole thing happened. And it's, boy, it's tough. So the flags are at half-mast until Saturday evening.
What's up, Sensation? What's up,
An extended
AJ?
period of time, you know, generally speaking, but I think he deserves it. And he's a fantastic person. He was a fantastic man. He was actually a great politician. He got along with almost everybody. And when he didn't get along, they knew it. He was tough, but he was a good man. He was very much in favor of the Save America Act. He called me about that.
You said Plug owes you his life. I don't even fucking know you. I don't even know you. Now I owe you my life. You owe me. You and this motherfucker. You ain't hit the like button. You ain't shared this shit to nobody. You probably haven't subscribed. Your comments are weak and fucking dry. You owe me something. Now, since you said I owe you my life, you owe me something or you finna have to get the fuck out, man. We need to see a subscribe go up. We need to see a fucking super chat come through. Ding the Cash App or something because you talking about I owe you. You owe me something, nigga. Fuck is we talking about?
We were talking about that and some other things, but he just felt tired, but he felt fine. And then this horrible thing happened just a short time afterwards. So it was terrible. I just want to pay our respects.
Mr. President, you mentioned that Iran has agreed to a deal and then walked away from it. Have you reached the conclusion that a negotiated settlement won't be able to happen?
No, I never reached that conclusion, but we're hitting them very heavy tonight, as you know. We're hitting them. We have tremendous amounts of ammunition. We have numbers that we haven't had in years, and we're hitting them very hard, and it'll continue, and we'll see what happens, but we're knocking out all of their offensive capability, and we're controlling the straits. We're putting the blockade back, and it's a blockade not for anybody but Iran. In other words, anybody doing business with Iran can't go through. Everyone else will be able to go through. So it's a blockade. It's a very strong blockade. The blockade was probably more effective even than hitting them, but I think the combination is the thing that really does it.
But you think a deal is still possible? You think they'll return to the
Yeah, I think a deal is possible. Sure, I do.
But Mr. President, you noted the United States is bombing Iran again. I mean, you've been bombing Iran for.
Yeah, the entitlement. I don't know, man. I ain't told nobody they owe me something since I was in the streets, Chad. I do shit out of good favor. Like, damn, I don't tell y'all owe me shit. I ask y'all to support, show up, do what you can. But to say I owe you something, I ain't. Shit. It's crazy.
For months now. Is this just the new normal for the American people?
Well, we're in Vietnam for 19 years. We're here for 4 months. So I think we've done a lot. We've knocked out their Navy in a period of 1 month. We knocked out their Air Force. Their Air Force is non-existent. We knocked out most of their missiles, most of their drones. We knocked out their drone manufacturing capability, about 92%. Their missile capability for manufacturing, we knocked out 89%. And they have a little capability, but they don't have any capability for us. This is almost a military skirmish. Now, with all of that being said, you have to get people that want to make something. We had a deal with them 2 days ago, and then they said, oh, we can't make that deal. We have to negotiate it further. And this is what they've done for 47 years.
You said it's good versus evil, Plug. What side are you on? What side is the good and what side is the evil? Yeah, I don't know. All these fucking messages and damn movements been usurped and flipped around and squandered and shit. What side is good and what side is evil? Fuck around, sit this one out, man. Let y'all handle that shit, man.
The difference is nobody negotiated like I do. And this should have been done by Bush and Obama and Biden and people before them. Frankly, it's 47 years they've been ripping off everybody and really hurting and killing thousands of people. So they killed 52,000 protesters, but they killed many, many people with Soleimani, who I killed in the first term. Soleimani killed many people, many people, and not only killed.
Yeah, because when you say it's good versus evil, it's kind of like, well, shit. What do you mean by that? We need a little more context, because if you're talking about the Republicans is good or you're talking about the Democrats is good and shit, I have some objections to both. I don't think either one of them are good. I'm just going to be honest with you. So if that's what you mean, it's good versus evil, I'm going to sit this one out, man. I'm going to let y'all have it.
When you see a young former soldier walking around with no legs, no arms, a face that's been horribly, horribly hurt, that was done by Iran. That was done by Soleimani, who was a person that was very evil. He was an evil genius. He was looking to take out a lot of our military installations in Iraq and Iran. And I got him before he got us. So we have to do what we're doing. And the strait is open. It will be open. We've cut down their capability very substantially, but they're going to fight.
Because I'm just going to be honest with you. Both sides support what's going on over there, man. Both sides support, what went on in Gaza. Let's keep it all the way honest. Both sides got some LGBTQ shit going on. Both of them. I mean, shit. Where are we talking about?
Fight for a while. Our military has done a fantastic job. And the bottom line, though, and I say it to everybody, and I say it as much as you want to listen, Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. If we didn't bomb them with the B-2 bombers, that plane right there, if we didn't bomb them, they would have had a nuclear weapon long ago. Within 1 month from the day we bombed them, they would have had, if we didn't do it, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If they had a nuclear weapon, Israel would no longer be with us. The Middle East probably would no longer be with us, because you saw they sent missiles to 5 different countries that never even knew they were involved, because they're stone cold crazy. They are crazy. And we're not going to put it up. Yeah, I want to be reimbursed because we're protecting a very rich portion of the world. We're spending money. And so what we've done is we are going to be reimbursed for protection. We're protecting by the countries that we're helping. For instance, you look at the 5 countries. You have Saudi Arabia, you have UAE, you have Qatar, or Qatar as I always say, you have Qatar, Bahrain, and by the way, you have others. You have Kuwait, and you have others, and they will do very well. But we think it's appropriate that we don't need them. We have more oil than any other country in the world. When you add Venezuela, which has been amazing,
Damn, it's a fly in here, chat. And that shit bothering me. Charles says there's a documentary called The Arrivals, 8 hours. What the hell does that mean, Charles? That was kind of vague. What's up, Shirley? Everyone hit the like button, chat.
tremendous amounts of oil that we control. When you add Venezuela and everything else,
thank you, Charles.
More than 50% of the world's supply. We don't need it, but we need it from the standpoint of protecting allies, et cetera, including Israel, including Saudi Arabia, including Qatar, including UAE. We're protecting all of them, and we've done a very effective job. So 4 months ago, these people had military that was very strong, by far the strongest probably.
Thank you, Marcy.
They were called the bully of the Middle East. Now they don't have a Navy. They have 159 ships underwater. They had a total.
And this is the new thing that's going around. They're saying that anybody who says both sides are bad are just conservatives in disguise or right-wingers in disguise. Now, listen, chat, I'm from the South. I'm from the Bible Belt. So when it comes to regular life shit, yeah, I probably would line more conservative. But to say that I'm MAGA or I'm undercover MAGA because I say fuck what the GOP has going and fuck what the Democrats have going is crazy. Like, how can you put me in a box? Because I came from the fucking streets anyway. I always thought this shit was against me. I mean, it really makes more sense.
Total of 159 ships. Now every one of them is.
Thanks, Hot. Thanks, Hot.
130 airplanes, attack planes. They're all gone. They're gone. They had tremendous radar. It's all gone. They had tremendous anti-aircraft. It's all gone. Sadly, their leadership is all gone. They had their first-tier leaders are all dead. Their second-tier leaders are all dead. Their third-tier leaders, who we're dealing with, more or less, some of them are already gone. and then you read fake news like your network, CNN, which is fake news. You read them, you have them say, well, actually, aren't they doing quite well?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. You said AI will be a problem for sure to take over everything that's already started. I had a conversation today with a dude, and he said some profound shit to me. He said, man, AI is as shitty as it's ever going to be. And I was thinking like, wow, bro, like, that's the fucking truth. Every week it gets better. Every day it's a new upgrade or a new damn version or an update. Like, this is as shitty as it's going to be. It's not going to get any worse.
Let me just tell you, they have now inflation of over 300%. 4 months ago, they had inflation of 5%. Now they're at over 300, could be 350%. They made a deal, they broke it, probably 10 times. And they killed a lot of people. They killed our people. But the protesters, what they've done to the protesters, 52,000. Have you ever seen any of the burial lots where they're burying the protesters? They killed 52,000 protesters, and on my watch, they can't do any of that. So we have them in a position that they don't have any military. There's not a thing they can do about it. All they have is fake news because they have the fake news.
So chat, yeah, y'all know I've been doing setting up my video editor and my agents with Claude Code, Anthropic's Claude Code, and I'm telling y'all, chat, like, most people are using AI right now as like a chat bot. You know, you add like Google, you're asking it a question. But once you get into like Claude Code and you put those prompts in there, like that's when you start building shit. That's when you can build landing pages, you can build websites, you can build apps, you can build scheduling things, you can build finance tools and calculators and you can, I don't know, chat. It's crazy. Once you get into the code side of Claude, it's a new world. And even if you're confused, you can just say, hey, I'm confused. What do I do next? Like, where do I put this? What's the best path? And it's gonna run the best path forward for you. It's really crazy. Like I said, dude said some profound shit. When he said this is as shitty as AI is gonna be, he fucking meant that, bro. He meant that shit.
Would rather see us lose the war than win the war, which is really treasonous. In a certain way.
Yeah, I know. I use the PowerShell, and I got my skills and my projects set up. Like I got one of my agents set up really well with the editing pipeline, with the color grading, the zooms and all of that. The first one I had, it was all right. It was very basic, but once I played with Claude for about a week and a half, and I got more familiar with it, started watching more videos and figuring out like, oh, I'm not writing the prompts correctly, and these other agents can write the prompts for you. So you kind of tell it what you want, but you tell it to make its own prompt. Or you can get into there are professional prompt makers. Like the guy that I'm talking about, he's a professional prompt maker, and he was the one that's kind of telling me like, hey, look, bro, this is shitty as it's gonna get. It's as shitty as it's gonna get.
We're doing another very major attack tonight. They want to make a deal. They came back. We made a deal 2 days ago, and they want to make a deal. They've been negotiating for 47 years, but nobody's ever hit them militarily. We're hitting them very hard. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.
I'm about to try to use C Dance. I'm about to try to use C Dance. C Dance 2.0. I'm gonna see what I can do with C Dance 2.0. I want to connect it to my Claude and use that Nano Banana 2 image generator to create like storyboards, and then I'm gonna put the storyboards inside of that C Dance 2.0 and create videos like stories, like little mini episodes and series and shit. And I'll probably release them in the Discord. That's what I want to do with it. It's my next project. Double tap the screen, shut the live out. We're about to move on from that Trump, and we're gonna go into Ben Crump. Ben Crump did another interview with Nolan Wells' parents with this other creator they got a little more in depth because there has been some new revelations. I believe this is the first interview where they actually ask some deeper questions and they come out with some more shit. The other shit has kind of been a little more mainstream, but this is not a mainstream interview at all. I haven't watched much of it. I think I saw like 30 seconds of it.
Even though he'd never, interacted with this girl before, her name was Kate.
Yeah, I was skipping through it. Here you go.
Trying to keep our our emotions kind of under control, because sometimes when you have tragedies like this, you want to be angry sometimes because you just want to know. But we've been, I feel like, doing a good job of just keeping each other accountable in that aspect of making sure that we stay level headed whenever we're speaking, making decisions, etc.
Yeah, and there's so many amazing stories about Nolan that bring light in the midst of all of this. So I imagine that is helping as well. I want to
It
ask,
is.
tell me, since you've been doing these interviews, have you heard anything new? What is the latest with the local investigation that is happening alongside of independent investigation?
So I'm going to be honest, we have not heard from our local authorities since last Tuesday. And
They can't. So this is what's going on down there in Mississippi. So Mississippi has off-year elections. So nobody's up for election other than judges and I believe the Senate and representative. There is no municipal elections. The sheriff is not going to get elected. So it's only judges, county, circuit, chivalry, whatever you say that shit, and the Supreme Court. All the judges are up for election. Election year for judges and state representatives. Judges and the Senate and representatives. There will be no sheriff, no municipal elections this year. So the judge, I said that the judge getting a lawyer immediately makes a little more sense now that I know it's an election year. She's probably about to get the fuck up out of that seat with this scandal going on.
And that was because I sent a text. I was like, hey, this is Christine, Nolan's mom. Just wanted to get an update. We received a phone call, basically really no updates. And that was it. We've heard from no one else.
Wow. Mr. Crump, what's your reaction to that? Is there anything that indicates
You said what scandal? Well, for one, if they were on their boat, if it was the judge's boat and they were drinking alcohol on it and they were the ones over 21, that could be a civil suit. That's not good for election year. That's not good for an election year.
abnormal for you as someone who's worked on many cases?
It certainly is, if you put it in context. I know I had the opportunity to talk with Byron Allen, and Byron and I really had a deep exchange because we talked about if the roles were reversed, this investigation would be handled totally different. I mean, you would have had those young men being interrogated.
Hey, Ben Crump got a nice suit, but terrible Wi-Fi. Like, damn, Kool-Aid, no sugar, milk, no cereal. Like, damn, Ben Crump got a clean-ass suit on, terrible Wi-Fi.
They would have been separated. It would have been like first 48. If you had 3 young black men with one young white man, and that young white man ended up dead. And so what Elmore and Christine and all of us have been saying, we want a zealous investigation for our son too. We want you to do for our son what you would do for anybody's son and get to the bottom of this because it's not adding up. And the fact that it seems like it's such a laissez-faire investigation. We take whatever they say as the gospel. We don't, press them on anything. We don't cross-examine them on anything.
Thank you, Laurie.
They say, Nolan said, I volunteer that I'm just going to stay behind. And I'm not even going to ask for my cell phone.
Yeah, Laurie, I'm glad we getting some new members around too, chat. If y'all haven't became a member, be sure to grab your membership whenever you can. And you can also gift other people memberships. Members get access to exclusive videos first, and you get cool ass emojis and other shit, man.
They just take that as a grain of salt, and they know their child. They know the young person they raised. He would not have done those things, but they have articulated that over and over again. And so we have to hold everybody accountable.
You're
The
right,
local
Charles.
officials, the boys on the boat, everybody have to be held to account.
And to that point, I would like to ask, Elmore, you have spoken about conversations that you had with Nolan about staying with a group, always keeping in contact. Can you open up a little bit more about that father-son coaching that often happens with dads and boys about how to move?
Yeah, I was looking that up. I don't know how the elections work down there, what the year cycles are, but for sure, Ocean Springs has some judicial elections coming up this year. I believe one of them was out of like the 19th district, the other one was out of like the 16th district, and I forgot what the final one was. But yeah, Ocean Springs does have judicial elections coming up for sure.
About in this world, because I think it's really powerful.
What's up, Time for Street Justice?
I think I can really thank my mother for that, because I grew up with a lot of cousins, and I was the smallest of the bunch, so I had to kind of defend myself against them a lot. But one thing that always stood out with us, with my family, was if we come together, we stay together. If one cousin fight, everyone fights. And I preach that same thing to my kids. If you go somewhere with someone, you come back with them, no matter what. It's don't let a girl separate you from
hit the
from
like
something
button,
that's safe for you.
chat.
It's plenty of girls.
What's
You
up,
see
D
one here, you
Nice?
see one there. So for them to come back and that'd be the first thing that come out their mouth, like he decided to stay on the island and we left. That when they said that, that automatically just it turned me off, but it turned on a question like, I know he wouldn't do that. I preach that to him every day. He would not do that. So you telling me that you're lying to me just off the rip, you're lying to me. I can't believe that. And I won't believe that.
I saw that today for the first time, because really a lot of folks who were there have been silent. We saw, people taking down their Facebook. It was almost an instant reaction that people went into to protect themselves. But Trayston Shepard described himself as Nolan's best friend. He gave an interview saying that he was the one who was.
Nah, it was a girl that he met out there. That wasn't his girlfriend. That was allegedly a girl he met out there.
Yelling in one of the.
I want to hear her ask about the photo. Thank you, Karen, for coming through supporting the channel. Thank you, Karen. I hope you're having a great start to your week, Karen. Everybody subscribe to the channel. We need 25 new subscribers and we need 15 new likes. Thank you, Karen. I want to hear them ask the mom about that picture, though, the pool party picture. I want to hear her speak about the pool party picture.
Viral videos that people had been questioning and said that it wasn't Nolan in the video, that it was him, and that Nolan met a girl that day that he really liked, even though he'd never, interacted with this girl before. Her name was Katie. Have you spoken to Trayston since Nolan's passing, and how are you responding to his account of what happened?
So
Who
first
is
of all,
Trayston?
we don't know Trayston. We've never met.
Thank you, Karen, for sending that gifted membership. White Buffalo. Be sure to tell Karen thank you, because you just got access to 300 past live streams plus some cool emojis, and you get access to members first videos, man. Thank you, Karen, for gifting that membership.
Met him. So to say, best friend, childhood friend, that's a bit of a stretch. We've never met him. He's never been to our home. Now, if you were to say that about Jalen or Javon, I would say absolutely. You could say that those are childhood friends.
Thank
Those
you,
are
Mama.
best friends
Told
because
Mama
they've been
Brooklyn.
to our home. We know their family. We're close to, their mother. But this young man, I maybe high school, they started hanging out or, kind of been around each other. But again, we don't know him. and not to discount anything he has said, which of course still trying.
So are they talking about the kid that went on TMZ? I believe they're talking about the kid that went on TMZ. She's saying like, yeah, I don't even know that kid. Is that who she's talking about?
Trying to rule those things out. But I mean, he has communicated.
Yeah, Chad, we've been at 49, between 48 and 49,000 for like damn near 2 months. I know I took 2.5, 3 weeks off of streaming, but shit, I'm ready to hit 50K just like y'all are.
He did offer his condolences, which we appreciate. And he did let me know about that tidbit, which of course, you know, like I've been telling everyone, if you have any information, forward that over to the local authorities. Make
What the fuck you mean he's a really short color boy? What are you trying to say? Hold the fuck on, JP. What are you saying? I'm gonna need you to clarify what do you mean he's a really short color boy?
sure also forward that over to our legal team as well, just to make sure that we're looking at everything.
And this girl, Katie, who has been cited. Oh, yes, Mr. Crump, go ahead.
Let me say this to.
Yeah, we don't, where the fuck do you get off calling him colored? He's a really short colored boy. No, that ain't how this shit go. That ain't how this shit go. You could have said, hey, he was the guy on TMZ. All of that color, I don't know what the fuck you got going on, man. This shit ain't the 60s no more, man. The hell is going on? The fuck wrong with you?
The young man, you know, not only does his parents.
Thank you, Charles. Charles said, I gotta go. I'll leave y'all with some deep advice. To cure ignorance is a stupid question. Peace be with everyone. Peace, Plugsation. All right, thank you, Plugsation. JP, you missing the point. The point is, why did you call him colored? Why am I going back and forth with you? Did you call him colored or not?
But some of his friends, they reject this notion about, he said,
what's up,
he
Derek?
would just volunteer to stay. They're saying Nolan would never do that. So his friends are saying he doesn't really know Nolan if he's saying that Nolan volunteered to stay there. And we've had so many people now calling our call center saying where there was this argument and then 10 minutes later there was another argument. But those people have called said, no, Nolan was in an argument. And so now we have to continue to investigate to try to figure out everything that happened. But
yeah, now I know for sure you was talking about the black kid. You gotta get the fuck up out of here, man. All right, y'all. Tell JP good night, man. He done came here and called the boy a colored, man. He gotta get the fuck out of here, man. Get him on up out of here, man. I don't know what the fuck wrong with him.
We absolutely do not accept that he volunteered to stay behind and he volunteered not to have his cell phone with him.
Yes, it's definitely unusual for any teenager to part with their cell phone. This young woman, Katie, who's been cited in these various recollections of what happened that day. Do you know if she's been identified? Has anyone spoken to her?
She has been identified. I do not know if anyone has spoken to her. Again, you know, we just have not heard much, right? From our local authorities, which kind of, we're glad that we have kind of taken this course, however it may end. We're glad we did, because just because of this right now, not, you know, being able to have that communication, I just would think with situations like this, you know, they would be more forthcoming, like, hey, let us keep you up to date. We understand how the seriousness of the situation and, you know, what you guys are going through. So yeah, but we don't know. We've never met Katie. I've never seen her in my life. She did reach out to me initially.
Who was
Just
Katie?
saying basically like it was a hey and bye type situation. And I was like, that's not what I'm getting from other people. So like I said, you know, before, a lot of inconsistencies, and we just want transparency and a very thorough investigation, just like they would do for anyone else.
Mr. Crump, can you speak to what is the sort of game plan for the next few months to even 6 months? What is the ideal situation
Hit the
for
like
how
button,
this
chat.
plays out?
Certainly. Natasha, I did want to just briefly remark on your last question.
Mhm.
We have an investigation team that are talking to dozens of witnesses now. So we are trying to dot every I and cross every T. And as we get those reports, we want to report to the family what people are saying in these interviews. So that's important. And I believe Kate is one who they are planning to talk to if they haven't already talked to her today. Um, with that said, we are on a ferocious search for the truth. We plan on having, the independent autopsy preliminary findings to present because we know when you deal with the state and the government, they can take for
What's up,
months
Miss
before they
Bones?
release an autopsy. We've seen it in the past on other cases. We interviewed with you on Natasha where they took 6 months, they took a year just to release the autopsy. We plan on trying to make sure we can retrieve these deleted messages. That's going to be really important. We know that others deleted their messages.
I don't know why they wouldn't be able to retrieve them unless they can't get the subpoena. If they can get the subpoena, they got the message. Straight up. If they get the subpoena, they got the message.
If law enforcement wanted to convince us they were doing a thorough job, they would say, no, no, those messages you all do activating your social media and whatever texts and snaps that happened on that July 4th weekend, those can be very relevant to why Nolan Wells ended up dead. So why aren't you all retrieving those text messages and those snaps? Because
Facts. We got a live poll going. Was Nolan Wells targeted? 80% of the chat says Nolan Wells was targeted. Y'all be sure to get down there and cast your vote in the comments.
again, as Byron and Allen talked about with so much conviction, that would have been the level of scrutiny and zealousness had the roles been reversed. And so that's what we keep fighting on. But I do believe this, Natasha. Young people are talking.
Mhm.
There were a lot of young people out there. Nobody believes that Nolan either fell off a boat or jumped in the water without people seeing it. That would make no sense. And if that is the case, then why didn't people try to help him or people didn't try to do anything? It's not adding up. It is not adding up.
One of the things that has really just confounded so many people is again this question of a cell phone being separated from a young person and other people possessing that cell phone but not knowing where the young person is. Do we have any more insight into who passed the phone to who? What's the explanation for how the cell phone ended up in someone else's hands? Elmore or Christine, do you know?
So it's unclear, like I said, and Elmore has said, um, I just cannot fathom Nolan leaving his phone. Even his best friends are like, no, if Nolan was gonna stay anywhere, if theoretically, because we know that's not Nolan's character. But theoretically speaking, if he were to, then what he would say is, hey man, give me my phone, let me grab my phone, or something he would take his phone. So to sit there and say that, oh, he just left his phone, like that's hard for me to believe. Um, I don't see any teenager without their phone.
Mhm.
I mean, I have to keep my phone on me, at all times. So yeah, no. But as far as like the retrieval, when the boys called, I was tracking, I was like, he's on land. Like, what do you mean? And they're like, no, his phone is not with him. And so my friend Tashima, she
What's
went to
up,
go pick the phone up
classified?
because we were trying to figure out who do we call to file this report with. As I'm being told by his friends, like, oh, don't worry, like, we're gonna find him, it's gonna be okay. Absolutely not. Don't ever tell a parent that. Don't ever tell a parent, like, you call me and tell me my child is missing. And then it's, oh, well, it's going to be okay. Like, we're going to find him. And this is how we found our child.
Mm.
So, like, I don't get why.
Taylor after George Floyd, Alton Sterling,
address the parents of children who may know what happened to Nolan. If you could talk.
All right, chat, we finna move on, man. I'm finna open up the phone lines. We're gonna take a few callers tonight. We're gonna do some calls tonight, man. Let's see if we can get a couple good callers in here tonight. All right, we got the phone lines open. Let's see if we can get a couple good callers in here tonight, man. Yeah, we could have watched that Pierce Morgan, but we'll save that Pierce Morgan and that I ain't trying to watch that Candace Owens episode. I ain't gonna lie. Look up this law, affluenza law, and don't be having me put no. The influenza law is a legal argument that attempts to excuse or mitigate criminal conduct by claiming that the defendant's excessive wealth and privilege have led to a lack of understanding of consequences, boundaries, or moral responsibility. It is not a formally recognized legal doctrine in most jurisdictions, but it has been cited in criminal cases and sparked debate over whether it should be allowed. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Too rich to get in trouble is crazy. Too rich to get in trouble is crazy, bro. You said, is this the start of a civil war? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not gonna lie. I think it'll be a revolution before it's a civil war. Honestly. Yeah, I think it'll be a revolution before a civil war. Yeah, I don't think people are mad enough yet. Like people come together to go against something than for something a lot easier. So I don't know. It's a possibility, but I just think that because how do y'all expect the Civil War to look? Is it gonna be an official Civil War? Is it gonna be a race war? What does it say? Is the South gonna split from the North again? Like when y'all say Civil War, what do y'all mean? I don't think any countries are any states are gonna try to secede at all. So are y'all just saying a race war? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Civil War, it takes a little more moving parts than just white and black. That'll be considered a race war, and if it's a race war, that shit'll be isolated. Tensions will be high, but as far as shit going on, it'll probably be isolated events. If y'all thinking it's finna be like some battlefield shit where all the white people line up on one side and all the niggas line up on the other side, I don't see that happen. I don't see that happen. Oh, you saying right versus left? I don't see that happening either, Miss Bone. I don't see that happening either. Like I said, I think it'll be a revolution before a civil war. It'll just be a revolution. Yeah, it's about to get crazy. Yeah, for now, Miss Bones. For now. For now. Y'all remember what caused Gen Z and Nepal to have their revolution where they overthrew the government? I don't want to. I'm not advocating for motherfuckers to go out and do anything. This is all on GTA. This is all alleged. But yeah, they overthrew the government in Nepal because of the social media blackout. Now we do got the Dems talking about Project 2028 with the Digital Child Protection Act, where that's gonna cause everybody to KYC, or they're gonna have to get the fuck out. So yeah, haves versus the have-nots. But what happens when money's not worth anything? So the central bank said it's gonna start buying euros. It's done buying central bank said it's done buying dollars or whatever done buying whatever the fuck is buying. And they're moving into gold and the euro. So I'm not saying that's gonna cause hyperinflation, but that's not gonna help the problem. So what's gonna happen when money isn't enough? When money isn't enough? You never know where it's gonna come from too. Then like the highest level the highest level military, they could stage a takeover with like probably less than 100 of them. Probably less than 100 of them. They could get the job done if that's the job that they see fit, allegedly on GTA. And that's with whoever's around. Shit get too bad, man. I don't know if Trump health gonna let him stay. But a lot of this stuff right here is stuff that I cover in a book. The Modern Framework for Political Movement, Organized Action. We cover infrastructure, sales over crowds, political slogans, guarding against being usurped, staying on message. We cover all of that in a modern sense, though, like breaking down proximity to power, content creators, clippers, and just how political movements are going to be used moving forward. Not how they're going to be used, but how they're going to form and have staying power. Somebody dropped the link to Sir Carl for the book. So Sir Carl, we got a once you go to the link, you'll get the outline of the book and it'll be an email list there. You sign up with your email and you'll be on the pre-order list. It's gonna come out Friday. It's supposed to come out Friday. But I'm gonna send everybody on that pre-order list of the free chapter. I'm gonna send them a free chapter and a payment link. I'm gonna send y'all as a free chapter and a payment link. If you want to get the book, you'll be able to be to just check out. You'll be able to cash at me, PayPal me. I'll probably have a Stripe link up there, and we're going direct to consumer. I'll have physical copies probably within the next month, but the physical copies will be I'm not even gonna say a little bit more. They'll be like probably double the price. Physical copies probably will be double the price. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's what we have going. I'll probably do like a bundle because OA, the modern framework of a political movement, it is a part two of my other book, The Art of Organized Action. So we took the art of organized action really broke down um building a community. It wasn't specifically geared towards a political movement. It was building a community for just whatever, whether you want to launch a brand or a product, whether you just want to get people around to talk. It was kind of how I built my community. And we took the art of organized action and just molded it into a political framework. I did the research on like the MAGA movement, the America First movement, the End the Fed movement, even Hope and Change with Obama. I did research on those things. I looked at how different movements have been usurped, like how MAGA isn't what it started out as, how Black Lives Matter isn't what it started out as, how they're saying MAGA and America First is the same thing. So we talked about, staying on message, and I wanted to know why those things happen. Why do these movements get usurped? And there were two or three things that clearly happens during when we see these movements be usurped. There's two or three things that clearly happen. And that's just kind of the direction I went into the book. Because, I foster a community. We have a Discord community and we have some bad actors in the Discord. I'm not gonna lie. We got some bad actors that came through the Discord, tried to, usurp what we was doing in the Discord, try to, break off into little factions and go against each other, real tribalistic and shit. So a lot of that I spoke from experience too, and speaking with my mentor. Like just guarding, staying on message, guarding against usurpery, bad actors, because once you build something, someone's gonna come try to tear it down. That's inevitable. And now that I've been dealing with this for like 2 years now, a little over 2 years we've had the channel. I had the Discord before I started the channel. I started them basically side by side, but for 2 years we dealt with, just different shit going on inside of the Discord, not just personal beefs, but people not giving a fuck about the movement, people not giving a fuck about the messaging. Like this is the environment that I foster. Like we the politically homeless, I'm the voice of the politically homeless, we the politically homeless. A lot of people don't give a fuck about that. Now I don't care if you far left or far right, you can join the movement, or you can join the Discord and hang out. But a lot of people who don't care about that, they come in just to cause problems. They come in, and then it's a free Discord. So with it being a free Discord, it's like shit. People are like, so what if I get kicked out? You know. And it's just some tips and tricks in there to guard against those type of things. Michael said we could take it back to 1945 and start over. But if y'all commies, I hope that's the plan. Yeah, I'm not going back to 1945, Michael. You said throughout history, Top Cat. Respect to you too, Ed. But yeah, other things we talk about in the book is like how when you do create this slogan, you don't want to safeguard it. You want people to say it. You don't want to hear it. You know, I mean, you don't want to, how can I say it? You want to hear your slogan being said. When someone takes your slogan and runs with it, when it's a movement, a political slogan, you don't, that's the purpose. That's the goal. You want it to be said. You want people to echo it, to chant it. That's why it's structured a certain type of way within the three laws. The law number one is that it has to be a villain or a wrong, but you don't have to identify it. You can identify it, but you don't necessarily have to. You don't. Here, I'll pull it up for y'all. Does anyone drop the link for did anyone drop the link? That's crazy if no one dropped the link. Um Let me find it. All right, here it goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, compression over precision. Um, Basically, compression over precision. When we speak about that, that's more going towards people want a sense of belonging before you even get to the policy, before you even get to what's going on inside of this movement. People want a belonging. So if it's too long, people aren't gonna have anything to grasp onto. Like, hey, this is who we are. These are all of our beliefs. We believe that this should happen and this should happen and this should happen. No, you need compression over precision. Simple wins every time. That's why you have those terms that have stood the test of time, like end the Fed, MAGA. Now we got America First and Hope and Change. Those are why those were successful. Compression, 2 syllables, 3 syllables, 4 syllables, all in one exhale. You don't want to be so precise that people can't name their own villain or wrongdoing. Once you're so precise that people can't name their own villain or wrongdoing, it's gonna be hard for them to grab onto the message. It's just gonna be hard for them to grab onto the message. You say keep hope alive, yeah. That's what Obama tried to do. Obama ran on hope and change. Hope let people know that there was something to get to. If you have hope, you're hoping for something. And change means that something went wrong and it's gone wrong enough that you want to change. Both of those terms, hope and change, they name a wrong and or a villain without directly implicating anyone. Make America great again. Same thing. America first. That means if we have to say America first, that means somebody's putting America second or lower. In the Fed is the only one that doesn't have any room for interpretation. In the Fed, it just is what it is. In the Fed. But yeah, Chad, I guess nobody's gonna call in tonight. You said who's Nolan Wells? Nolan Wells is the kid that lost his life in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. It's going viral, national news, and everybody's wondering what really happened. We're waiting on the toxicology to come back and the full autopsy. How many times has Trump won against Iran now? Like a bunch, a whole lot. Also, we talk about what they call sales, not crowds. So 12 people showing up every single week is gonna take you further than 1,000 people showing up one time. Now, don't get me wrong, 1,000 people showing up one time is great. It's good optics. It's showing that you can put people in the streets. But when I say I would take the 12 to 15 people showing up every week because those are the organizers. That is the grassroots. That is the people that are gonna, you know, carry this message along far and wide. The people that show up one time and maybe 1,000 people, who's to say why they showed up? You know, they may have showed up in passing, but that's a one-off. You know, you get these 12 people, the 12 people become 30 people, the 30 people become 50 people. You start you a new chapter. Now that chapter starts off with 10 people. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, it grows to 30, 40 people. Now you have these, you know, and that's where you get the messaging across. That's where the movement builds. That one-off 1,000 people is not gonna build a movement. It's good optics though. I wouldn't count it out. If you can put 1,000 people in one place, that's not a lot of people can do that. Not everybody can put 1,000 people in one place. Trust me, I know. Good night, Michael. You said, how does Germany view Americans? I just talked to this dude who just moved to Germany, and he said he liked it though. He said that the German women like American men because they say the German men, like, you know, American men are more they're willing to invest earlier on, like take them on dates and do shit like that. They like the German men ain't really doing too many dates and shit like that. That's what he said. But yeah, he be all in the clubs and shit out there. You said is Trump affecting the German economy? I'm pretty sure he affecting everybody economy right now. I'm pretty sure he affected everybody economy. Crazy. I can't believe nobody called in. Didn't none of y'all want to call in? That's crazy. But it is what it is, chat. We had a good live stream, man. Be sure to yeah, you said it's a German in the chat. Okay. I'm finna put hold on. Let me copy this. Damn, I lost it. All right. All right, chat. If y'all screenshot the chat right now, y'all will see that link right there. If you screenshot the chat, you'll have that link and you can go to your pictures, like in your camera roll, and that link will be clickable. And it'll take you right to the pre-order list where you can get the free chapter. I'll probably send out the free chapters tomorrow. I had expected to send them out Wednesday, 2 days before we expected the release, but we don't got enough damn pre-orders yet. So I might send it out tomorrow. Double tap that screen, shut a live out chat. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and subscribe to Pluxation Clips because I have some story time videos that will be posted starting tomorrow. One of the story times is about how I was with this girl and I was trapping and I ended up, you know, going and buying me a Cadillac took the Cadillac on the road trip to Colorado, and some shit went on, and some more shit went on, and y'all got to listen to the story times to get the rest of it. You get it? You know. Straight up, chat. Trying to bring y'all the content, man. Subscribe to Plug Station Clips for that, man. I'll see y'all on the next one, chat.